everybody, this is Strategywizard and Crazycraft.
Yay!
And today we're going to be doing a comparison review of Rhino Hero and Rhino Hero Super Battle.
Rhino Hero Super Battle versus Rhino Hero. Fight!
Now, this is a game that was designed essentially by Steven Strumpf and Scott Frisco, and HABA, being a German company, I guess they have something wrong with old people, because it starts at age 5, and then they go to 99. Once you're 100, you're not allowed to play anymore.
Yeah, that's
not
rude.
sure why, but 2 to 5 players for regular Rhino Hero. Does it have 2 to 4 players for Rhino Hero Super Battle? Now, these games are fundamentally, mechanically pretty similar, but Rhino Hero Super Battle is considerably more complicated as far as just the total number of components and things that you have to do. But the idea is still the same. You are stacking cards. Here's Rhino Hero Super Battle. You'll see it's a big, wide area. There are some platforms here, and you're building up. With regular Rhino Hero, it's one continuous stack going taller and taller and taller until you reach the stars.
Two-dimensional! Yeah, it's not actually
anyway. So, here's the thing. What we're going to do is we're just going to go over the basic mechanics of each one, how you basically play and what the key differences are, and then we'll tell you what we think about each one, which one we think is better, worse, or etc. So let's go ahead and get started with Rhino Hero. That's the simplest one. You start off with your basic card, which has 2 sides where you might have 2 walls or 1 wall that is supporting everything else. We're playing with 2 walls, so it's not quite so hard.
Just be careful. You don't want to bump your table or all your work will fall down.
And whoever knocks it down is...
loses!
Yeah, they're the loser and everyone else wins. So basically, you'll have a hand of cards. Depending on the number of players, the number of cards changes. But your cards actually show you a few special things. You've got bonuses, like if you have a blue exclamation mark on the top, it makes it where if you play it, the next person loses their turn. Or if you play this one, then the next player will have to play the Rhino Hero figure, which is dangerous, of course. And there's some other ones like double, where you get to play 2 roofs at the same time. There's one that makes it to where your next opponent has to draw a card. Well, the goal of the game is to empty all the cards out of your hand. So you're trying not to knock the thing over, because then everyone else will win, and at the same time play all of your cards so that you win by yourself. So whenever you play, you look at the top roof card, and in this case, you want to go ahead and try?
I want to play the cards. How do I play this card game? Let's see.
Here you go. Here, you gotta do this one.
How do I?
You play it like this. Here, put those. You see where they go?
But I thought I was playing the cards.
Don't you worry about that. You'll get that in a second. You see where they go, right? It shows you, and while he's doing that, I'll show you an example up close. It shows you where the walls have to go, like right here. And there's 2 in this case. So there's 1.
I did one! Help! Help! Like and subscribe! Like and subscribe to help!
Then there's one like this, which you can see the walls go in that pattern. And then you'd have to play the Rhino Hero. You can do it. Whoa, my gosh, that's precarious. You already did that. You better be careful.
Oh, so nice!
Let me help you.
I don't know.
Okay.
Oh, I finally did.
So, and then you would play one of the cards from your hand. Let's just say it's this one. Go ahead and play that.
Thank you, Strategywizard. It says, I can jump higher. Let's see. Maybe I can fly.
If
okay.
only
Still
that's
can't
what
fly.
it did. Okay, go ahead and play it on top.
I'm so nervous. Okay, let's just do this. Brave.
Bam. So, his turn would be over. It would go to the next player's turn. And then they would play the walls to then play their roof card. And that's basically it when it comes to Rhino Hero. You're just constantly taking turns, adding the walls, playing your card. Next person. Oh, you can also, there's a card that lets you rotate the turn order, so you can, if you see someone's getting really close to winning, you can rotate it back to someone else so that maybe you have more time. But for the most part, that is the game. So And the real main mechanic that keeps it really interesting, I mean, stacking cards is fun and interesting, but what really adds the craziness, apart from the cards having their own special abilities, is the Rhino Hero, moving him. Because whenever if like in this case, Crazycraft played a card that has the Rhino Hero on it, the symbol, that means that the next player has to take him from where he was and put him on the Rhino Hero spot here on this new card. So over time, as it's getting more and more precarious, you're also having to move the Rhino Hero up higher and higher, and that makes it very nerve-wracking because the stability starts getting a little fishy as you get really tall. So that's Rhino Hero. Very simple. Rhino Hero Super Battle gives you a little more freedom in what you do. Freedom! Freedom! Because these cards, for one, it's different. Here, you build the walls, then you play your roof on top. Here, that's technically still true, but the card that you play decides, the roof that you play decides what walls you use. So, for example, if you played this card, the 2 yellows mean that you'll be playing 2 tall walls, like in this case, 2 tall walls, then you put your roof on top. And you'll notice there's also a nice little spider monkey face right there in the middle. If you have a spider monkey on your card, after you place your walls and your roof, you have to put a little bitty spider monkey token on that floor and have it dangling.
Spider? Oh. I think I'm just going to kind of get out of this video. Thank you. Yeah, so we had a great time, but I need to go. Spiders!
Arachnophobia! So, let's just take an interesting example. This is one of the more fascinating options. This shows a short and a tall wall that needs to be placed. So you'll take a short and a tall, and you can only play this particular one whenever you have a situation like this, where you can put a tall on the bottom and a short right here. Then you're able to very safely place this. And now, once you've placed your walls and the roof that you want to play, you have to roll this die, which goes anywhere from -1 up to 3. So you roll. In this case, -1. I would move my hero, because in Rhino Hero Super Battle, everybody gets a hero. There's an elephant, there's a penguin, there's a giraffe, and there's Rhino Hero, the original. And in this case, I would have to move down a floor. You don't want to be at the bottom. You want to be at the top, because whoever's at the top gets this badge. And if you have this badge, and you're not the person who knocks everything over, then you win by yourself. Well, I almost ended right there, but somehow I got lucky. That was very fortunate.
That was!
So you win by yourself if someone else knocks everything over, and you have the badge, because you're at the highest point. However, if you have the badge, and you knock everything over, everyone else wins, and you are the only loser. But if it gets to the point at the end of the game where every card has been played, there's no other plays that can be made, whoever has the badge wins. So you want to be at the top. Now, let's just say hypothetically, let's say I just finished my turn, and I rolled, and I got 2 or 3. I would move up 1, 2, and there's no third floor to go to, so I would move up here, and then we'd be on the same level. Then you have a battle. So,
ooh, battle!
The attacker gets the red die. The defender gets the blue die.
I always get the blue die.
So you roll, and you see who gets the higher number.
Fine.
In this case, I lost, so I would have to move back down 1 level. If I was to have won, then Crazycraft would go down 1 level. So here, there's a lot more moving pieces, moving the characters. Here, it only happens every so often whenever you have a card that shows that you have to move them. Here, you're doing it all the time. You're moving down, you're moving up. Sometimes you can roll a 0 on this die so you don't move, but if you have 4 players, then you could have a case where, let's just say we were really tall. Let's say we had built up to something like this.
I'm taller!
I should also point out that whenever you build your walls, you can't purposely try to close in on somebody like this so they can't get their piece. You have to make it possible to reach. But let's just say we did that, and we played this on top, and it has a spider monkey, so we'll take one of these little spider monkey tokens.
Range, it's not getting on him.
And let's say I had to roll, and I moved up here. Let's say there was another player. He played, and he went ding, 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 and he moved all the way up here. And he attacked. Whoever loses moves down a space, the next floor level down. There would be another battle. In this case, I would be the attacker against Crazycraft. We would roll again. I'd roll red, he'd roll blue since he's the defender, since I'm the one moving there.
I gotta get a 5, please die. Please give me a 5.
Good luck.
If you don't. 1?
So now,
I get it.
Crazycraft would move down a level. So you can have a cascading effect if you have more players of people getting knocked down and having fights on other floors. Now, the red attack die has the even numbers, 2 2s, 2 4s, 2 6s. The defender blue die has the odd numbers, 2 1s, 2 3s, 2 5s. So if you're the attacker, you have the advantage. But basically, that's how this one works. Every time you play, you choose your different floor tile, and you'll do what it says. You'll use the walls it says, place any spider monkeys if you need to, and you can just spread out, go all over the place, overlap as much as you want, and it'll just get crazy.
All over the place? Yeah, I need to run.
And if you run out of spider monkeys, because there's only 4, and you have to place another one, you have to take a spider monkey that was previously placed and put it on your new floor that you just played. So the spider monkeys add some craziness, the constant moving of your pieces adds some more craziness, and the wide spread. Now here's the other thing. At the beginning of the game, whenever you're first placing your ground floor, each tile has these yellow circles that show where you have to place the walls at the beginning. After that, you can place them anywhere once you get up here, but the other side of these tiles, which I'll go ahead and show one. I'll go ahead and break this. And like this one has 3 yellow circles, but this has 1 red one. So hard mode is on the other side. Basically, it makes sure there's less places that you can start your walls if you start with the naughty side. And each one has different numbers. I think maybe it's like 1, 2, and 3, and they're different patterns. Here there's 4, 3, and 3, but different patterns. So that gives you your setup a little uniqueness here, but apart from that, whenever you're building it, you can build any kind of way you want. You could have some crazy focus on getting taller and taller. You can focus on trying to spread out and keep things, not getting too tall. And you can make it as precarious as you want. If you wanted to, you could purposely, whenever you built this, you could purposely get it all really dangly so it's just barely there.
Well, you have to put that spider monkey back on.
Yeah, if you knock off a spider monkey, you have to put it back where it was. Or at least on the same floor. So you can make it as precarious as you want. And really you can do that well, in Rhino Hero you're not really supposed to, because it tells you where to put the walls. So there's a certain structure and the consistency that you have to do here. Yeah, here you have way more freedom of how you put it together, which means it can end up being really, really crazy.
Yeah, to me that's better, because it's so specific. And
you can't be talking about that yet. We haven't got to the review portion. Yeah. Although I think we're about to be there, because I think...
Oh, yeah, that's right.
But that pretty much covers it. So that's the difference. You have lots of freedom, lots of spread outness, lots of craziness, moving up and down. Spider monkeys here, very structured, very focused on just building up and trying to play your cards out of your hand. Here, it's about lasting the longest until all the cards are played, or being the person who didn't knock it over. Here you got to play your cards first, or someone else knocks it over. So, that being said, let's talk about our opinion. First of all, let's just say, do you think this game has a lot of, either one of these, do you think they both have replay value or not?
This one has more replay value than but that has more replay value than Rhino Hero. Rhino Hero super better.
But you think this one has some?
Oh yeah, a little bit.
But this one has more.
More.
In my opinion, they actually both have about the same, and the reason why is because even though this is very structured, you don't have as much freedom. The elegance of the simplicity of this, and the fact that you do get to choose which floors you play. So in this case, someone chose a floor or roof, whatever you want to call it, that had only 1 slot for a wall. You can choose to play the safer ones early or not. You can choose to make it more precarious by starting off with all the ones that have fewer wall slots. That way it's not very balanced. So you have that much control. And just the fact that you're always going up and moving the Rhino Hero up and up and up and up, that is just, it's simple, elegant, and entertaining, and it doesn't really get old to me. It's not something that loses its flavor. Here, I agree that this in some ways has more because there's a lot more control that you have, but overall, I think they both have about the same replay value. Now, as far as component quality, these little figures, I mean, they're nice. They're made of wood and they're painted. They look nice. The spider monkeys are good quality. They balance well. They're made well, and everything else. The cards are nothing special, but it's nice
I I think they're kind of special just because you can actually see stuff.
Oh, the artwork is nice, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
As far as just the quality of the card, it's nothing.
Oh, yeah.
They have a nice crease already made, so they're easy to bend. You don't have to bend a card that's not ready to be bent. They give you the crease, so it makes it easy, which is nice.
That is nice.
So component quality for all of it is, acceptable and good. No complaints, but nothing just super special either.
Yeah.
As far as strategy, do you think what's the strategy or luck element in these?
Where you build it. It's all about where you build it, to me, because you don't want to just build too close, but you also want to you don't want to build too close to make it easy for the others too, but you also don't want to build it too wide. That's the strategy to me. Just building where you want to build stuff, where you want to put stuff.
Yeah, in Rhino Hero Super Battle, there's more strategy because there's so many options of how you build. Do you want to make it precarious so the next person has a tougher time? But at the same time, since you have so much, dimension here, even if you make it hard over here, they can usually find someplace over here that's maybe not as difficult unless you start making everything hard, and it's tough on everybody. So there's strategy in how you do it, and you can try to play to your strengths if you're good at certain things, balancing certain ways, but whenever it comes to the combat and the fighting and you keep moving up and down, that part's just pure luck as far as what you roll and all that kind of stuff. But as far as where you place, yes, there's definitely some strategy. Here, there's still strategy, like I say, with which roofs you choose to play win. The only thing is there's so much luck involved in what you get as far as the cards. If you get a +1 card that makes your opponent draw a card, that hurts that one player. If you get they lose a turn card, that hurts that one player. So it's got that Uno effect of you skip a turn, all that kind of stuff, where you're hurting the person who's next in line. And I don't necessarily like that aspect, but
that's one thing I do like about this game, because really, there isn't just much about the cards to make it cool. I mean, you just play small, place big, spider monkey. This makes it to where there's all these cool abilities, like you have to place the Rhino Hero or +1, lose a turn, like I said.
Yeah.
That makes it a lot more interesting.
So in Crazycraft's opinion, it's good that they have all those things. To me, that's kind of a detriment, just because you can get kind of unlucky if someone just has a lot of skip turns cards in their hand. You just keep having your turn skip. But on average, that won't happen. I mean, that would be an unusual case, but it could happen.
Yeah.
So the cards, that's kind of an iffy thing, and it takes away some of the strategy. But there is still strategy here in deciding which roofs to play when, and and even the timing of the special ability cards, because since you can do the reverse, if someone reverses it, you can purposely save your skip-a-turns until someone reverses it so that you can skip the turn of somebody on your other side that might be closer to winning. Now, as far as your review, what would you review both of these games?
Review? Like rate?
Yeah, what's your rating?
This one I would probably have to give an 8. This one, maybe a 6.
Okay, 6 and 8.
6 and 8.
Okay.
Maybe even 8.5 here.
Okay, in my opinion, I would give regular Rhino Hero a 9, and I would give, honestly, I know it probably seems weird, but I'm going to give Rhino Hero Super Battle an 8. I actually like Rhino Hero more.
Why?
There's something about the elegant simplicity, even though I don't like the card aspect that much as far as the special abilities, but I like that elegant just getting... Well, I guess I lost that game. Maybe I'll win this one. But it keeps going up and up and up all the time. There's this constant tension of the net. It's kind of like the Jenga effect, where the more you play Jenga, it gets taller and more precarious. This has that same thing, where the taller, every turn, it's getting more dangerous, no matter what. Here, it's spread out so much that you can kind of control how dangerous it's getting. Here, it's just going to get more dangerous every single turn, and whenever you have to move that Rhino Hero, whenever it gets really tall, it makes you really nervous. So, I just like the elegant simplicity of this one. But this one's great and fun, and I really like it. I like having both in our collection because they both have a place. They're both unique and fun. But I really do. I do like this one more.
I'm surprised, because why I like this one so much is how much control you have. You can actually play stuff where you want, and I like how you can have battles in Rhino Hero Super Battle. As in this one, you don't really have any battles, really. I mean, the only kind of battle you have is getting the Rhino Hero. I mean, I just like this one more because you have more control, more battles.
And you have a character, and you actually have a character that's you, and you're moving around.
It's not just Rhino Hero.
Yeah.
You actually get characters.
And I do agree with that. I like that aspect of this one, but I don't. But still, there's something about just classic Rhino Hero that just hits the spot for me. But that's cool that we have different opinions. I think that's pretty cool.
It is.
Doesn't all that. So that's our opinion. You can decide for yourself which one you think is better. Although you might want to buy both and try them for yourself to be sure. But that being said, we appreciate you watching the video. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed it, and we look forward to seeing you on the next one. So take care, everybody. Bye.
Bye. Oh, God, I lost.